All right, man. We in this thing, man. Let's get it done, bro. Let's talk about the story going around saying Spence looking drained. Also saying that Ugas looking drained and Ugas arm is still an issue. So let's talk about this stuff. Those are the video. Share the video. Check out the welterweight boxing news playlist. I try to prioritize, majority of my videos and playlists. Sometimes some videos don't have a playlist. Sometimes some videos do have a playlist. Um, so I'll tell you, some niggas on YouTube like, I've been hearing, they want me to talk about this. Well, it's being said, and I can show you right here. Here and now, I promise to love faithfully, faithfully. Oh man. So you say you looking drained, right? We get to the Ugas thing in a minute too. About the arm. So we got receipts as usual, which they don't matter. Receipts don't matter. Clickbait sell faster than receipts. But so they saying he looking drained. And like I said before, man, I mean, you gotta remember, you gotta know what 147 pounds is, dog. That joint is light. So, once this does become a problem, getting down to a weight for too long, and you be like, well, why does it become a problem? Because the older you are, the different, especially as they get into, especially as Spence getting into his 30s, his bone density is changing. All right, his bone density is changing a lot, and when your bones become more dense, that's when you start getting that quote unquote grown man strength. All right, that's when you be getting that grown man strength. That's where they come from. That's why I always say this. You always see Olympic bodybuilders or bodybuilders in general, they hit their prime in their 30s and early 40s. That's when they become their strongest because they starting to get their grown man frame. And like I said, when your bone density start to change, and then it starts to become harder to make the weight, especially when you starting to drain yourself down to a weight that you shouldn't be at anyway. And what happens is, Bernard Hopkins explained this years ago. What happens is then um, when you start getting bone dry at the weight, no matter how correctly you make the weight, you start to take the fluid. You start to take too much fluid out your body to make the weight. And what does your brain sit in? Your brain sits in fluid. So now you start to drain your brain out of the fluid, you know. And when you're younger, you can snap back. You can snap back from the little pity pat injuries or knick-knack injuries. You can snap back, but as you get older, it's harder to snap back, even in your 30s, even though you're still young, but it's harder to snap back. You recover a little bit slower. And when you look about, guys, him drain himself to make 100 and, 47 pounds. I mean, even a basketball player, his height is around at least 175, 180. A football player, his height around 180. So that's he light. And at the end of the day, people talk about, at the end of the day, people talking about, he talking about he don't want to take no punishment in the sport of boxing, but the most traumatic type of punishment you could take in boxing sometimes ain't always a punch. Sometimes it's the weight. Sometimes it's the weight because you drain yourself to be at a weight you shouldn't be at. And like I told you, you drain your body of natural bodily fluids, and you drain your brain of fluids. And then when you put the punch on top of that, that's when you see these fighters' brains getting turned into vegetables and all types of stuff, man. So, I mean, that's the danger of draining weight. And also on top of that, taking the nutrients out of your body too. And then when you're younger, you can put it right back in your body and everything is okay. But as you get older, you start to train. Of course, people say, "Oh, both of these guys look ripped up and stuff of that nature." Of course, you fucking 5'9", 5'10", 147 pounds. You supposed to be ripped up. You know what I'm saying? You small. People understand how small that is. Most of these women's above 150 pounds now. So that's So you say if face looks sunken in, of course. He probably walk around about naturally at 180. But let's see what they kind of got to say about it. It says Errol Spence looked badly drained during his Friday's weigh-in. This is Matt Lieberman. For his fight versus Ugas, and there's already fans question whether the weight cut have been too much. The question now is, can Spence win? He will win, no problem there. When I dispense overtrained, quote, so many of us tired of bringing up Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford this fight that we want to see Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford. We haven't seen the fight yet. Stephen A. Smith, ESPN. Oh, he talking about, okay. So, so they asked him, did he overtrain or whatever? I mean, you can look at his face in this thing right here. You go through accident. That tends to happen. I mean, like I said before, it's not about, like I said, he might be young enough. How old is Errol Spence? He might be young enough. He is young enough to overcome his weight cut. He's 32. So, just turned 32. So, I mean, at the end of the day, bro, he older. It ain't like, to me, he look physically good. This is what you're going to get. Everybody, I hate when fans get in here. So, he look drained. He look drained. What you mean? They got to make weight. What you mean? If you ain't got to drag, I mean, they dragged Jaime to the scales, dragged him off the scales. He still beat Big Meech Dimitri Ballard. You know, you know. So he didn't look as good as he usually looked. So like I said before, man, everybody make this a questionary fight, and then when the bell rang, it's not a question. Unless somebody lose, and then we got questions about every fight. We got questions about Fondor last week. And he answered the questions like a man. Fine. It's questions they always say. Oh, he looked drained. Them motherfuckers say this, don't know nothing about boxing. Don't know nothing about boxing. So at the end of the day, could he overtrain? I mean, yeah. But he's young enough to get away with it. Dave Benavidez said he's been training since January. Errol Spence and them said they've been in the gym for a while. They feel good, had a great camp, you know. So, I mean, what else do you want? Physically, he looked good, looked strong. You're going to look drained in the face. You know what I'm saying? When you trying to make that weight, now it's all about how you rehydrate. There's no rehydration clause when you unify the IVF. So he can go as high as he want to go. You asked me about guys going high. I mean, it's a yin, it's a good and a bad. It's a yin and a yang to it. Depends. Donaire went, he rehydrated high to take NUA punches, but he was too slow to catch him. Even though he broke his orbital bone, he couldn't capitalize on it because you carry your luggage. You can't be fleet of foot. Right? And then you talk about finding the common ground of what weight you should come in to be physically strong. So I mean, you can gain too much weight, but it depends on what's the game plan. Is it to take a shot? Is it to be fast? Is it to be balanced? So it depends on who you fighting. They can slow you down. It can make you susceptible to injuries to gaining too much weight between fights too. So at the end of the day, I don't see nothing wrong with him physically, bro. I just don't see it, but it's my opinion, right? But he look good. It's a weight cut. It's a weight cut. That's what's gonna happen. So then Ugas bicep still being an issue. You see it here. It says Ugas wear bicep is Spence weigh in. So I mean, he said he got it fixed, all right, but it still look weird to me. Let's see if we can pull in. Maybe that's just the way his bicep is. Maybe that's just the way his bicep is, but that might be just the way it is. But he said he did have an injury for the Pacquiao fight. He did admit to having an injury. Yup. He said that he got the injury fixed up. I did the video on it. He said he got the injury fixed up. and it's not an issue. So I'm trying to find some other videos of him weighing in with his bicep. But they ain't got too many of our pictures or whatever, but they ain't got too many of them. Let's see. So man, this dude way hard to find, bro. Okay, whatever one this is, that's just the way his bicep is. So, see, it's always just the way it is. Well, they look more normal here. They look more just for the figure 05. They look more normal here. But it might just be the angle. You know, Pacquiao fight, it was noticeably larger. So right there it looked kind of more even, but I think it might just be the way his shit is. You know, that just might be it. So let's see. More pictures of Ugas ain't got a ton of coverage. But oh, here we go. We can do Ramos. I forgot about Ramos. Let's do Ramos. So yeah, that's that arm is always bigger, but he did say he did have surgery on it. So maybe that's just the way it's gonna be. So people saying he looked weight drained. Hold on. People saying he looked weight drained, and obviously he older, so the cut will definitely hurt him more. But like I said before, these dudes, man, you know, meant to weigh work. He don't look as drained in the face. He don't look drained at all. It seemed like he had a really comfortable weight cut, and that's just me just looking. That's me just looking. I mean, just that don't mean nothing. Body physique don't win fights. You know, when you rip down, when you rip down to this small weight, bro, of course you're gonna be ripped. Especially, you know, if you're doing some strength and conditioning training, anything, resistant bands, whatever. So, yeah, I mean, he looked pretty solid in the face, you know, and you know he looked solid everywhere. So, to me, I just think fans always overreact to this and try to, you know, assume something they don't know nothing about. So they both look in good shape. The Ugas look a little bit physically fuller in the face, yeah, but Spence been looking kind of, you know, sunken in the face since the accident. Talking different. He got veneers drilled in there. Um, so yeah, I think he's talking slower. And you know, when you fly through a windshield and I have an eye injury and all that type of stuff, I'm gonna slow you down. But he said the eye stronger than the other eye. So, you know, that's no excuse come tonight. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think, man, about this. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live and drop a video. For names you want to support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Also, hit everywhere. If you hit the link in the description under everywhere, it's the first link there. You can find me on Twitch, Spotify, Anchor, Twitter, Instagram. Also, my PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App is there as well too. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Hopefully, you enjoyed the live stream yesterday. We did some picks. I picked Spence. I think I said Spence and hold on. I don't remember what I picked. I picked Jesus. I picked Spence and 9. So Spence and 9. Man down. Peace.